see if we can see anything else. LNTH getting beat down, Sarine. Yes, it is. I'm watching it as well. Again, my decision will be based on the daily chart, not the 5-minute chart. Since we're swinging this, it's just broken down slightly below the 8 exponential moving average. We're in a gap fill here, and I said this was a spec trade because it hadn't quite got above the 15. I'm gonna watch it again. I'm gonna give it some time. I've got reasonable amount of time on this thing, and I still like the chart on it, and I'm hoping it's still looking pretty good. We're getting very close to taking profits in open, although it's just pulled back just a tiny bit here. Joe, STX target hit 30%, nice job. NVIDIA, 30% of the swings need to take profits before the close. Yeah, NVIDIA does have earnings this week, so. Up nicely today, though. Moved up 1.5% today so far. Really, it turned into a nice bullish little move here this morning. Google still at an all-time high here. Nice move in Google. Nice long. Remkamar, Roblex seems to be holding the 125.80. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, 125.58 was resistance. It's holding there fine. It's a nice setup. Would I be more circumspect getting in on this with the lawsuit backdrop compared to a scenario where there was no such thing? Well, yeah, of course. You don't know what the lawsuit news is gonna, if it's gonna crop up again and cause a problem. So you basically have some tentative news that can impact the trade, which again, and it's negative news, unless the lawsuit gets dropped or something, and then it would be a positive news. But technically, it's a nice setup right now. But yeah, obviously, anything that's news sensitive, then you have to take that into consideration and not be too aggressive with it. And stocks like Boeing, very news sensitive, and anything that's subject to tariffs and everything right now, those are all very sensitive as far as news is concerned. But this is a specific case of news on Roblex. So yeah, I would be less bullish about it, but I still like it here as a bullish trade. So I did very well hedging my bets there, I think. Google, again, all-time high on Google right there. And again, we're still in open. Open just pulled back a little bit, pulled back about 25 cents. Very volatile here. Get very close to our sell order on that. Get a 212 sell order on it. Get very close. Gonna kind of watch it. Again, these don't expire until a week from Friday. I'm gonna see if we can't get one more push in this thing today and take profits in it. Open trading at 188 right now, 188. Okay, be right back. You know you do. We're all doctor's appointments. You have two doctor's appointments, another doctor's appointment too? Is that next week? You get a dermatologist, is that what? Labor Day. Oh, good. That's Christ. What's going on? Get all these damn doctors. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm sure probably fine with no question, but I thought it was pretty good anyway. Before. All right. Oops. Back. I can finally get back here. All right. And let me see. Terry divergence in the VOLD. Yeah. Let me see what it looks like though. The it's pretty. The momentum you can see is pretty weak here, but the price action is really flat. Really, and the T2104 is showing the same kind of thing. It is drifting down, but it's really not very pronounced at all. So I don't think I would I wouldn't call that much of a divergence. The SPY is moving up here briefly, but we'll see what happens. I'm not reading a lot into that right yet. Thanks for pointing it out. I appreciate it. Open trading at 191 right now. Open trying to make a little bit of a move here. Again, we get a sell order on open at 212. Right there, 212. LNTH been going against us all day. Again, I'm watching the daily chart. I'm not watching the 5-minute chart. It has been pointed out, it's down today. It's actually below the 8, but again, I'm going to give this thing some run. It's in a pretty big gap right now. It's coming down, but the gap goes from $52 up to $69. It's a big gap. Hey, Heaven, good morning. Good morning. YouTube folks, welcome to the room. Okay, we're not doing too much today. We were watching open. We just put a sell order on open at 212, the one we get in last week, for $1.50 to $1.52. So that would be about a 40% gain if we can take that off at 212. Again, I put the scratch pad in here now so I don't have to keep this big notepad open all the time. The notepad has other information on there that we go over in the morning as far as high probability trade setups, etc. Numbers to call for right line. If anybody has any of that, just mention to me. I can pop this up at any point in time, and basically it's going to have the same trades on there. And here's the numbers for right line. And here's our high probability trading setups. All that stuff is on here that we cover in the morning, and I'll do it periodically through the day. But we're just trying to see if maybe using the scratch pad here on Thinkorswim will suffice, so that we don't have to have this notepad open all the time to take up space. It gives us, of course, it gives us a better view of the chart. Open's got room till about 639, but I have as my next resistance level on it. Open coming back up toward the high of the day again here. Options right now and open going for 205. Open still trading around 580 here. Doesn't need to go too much more for us to take profits in this thing. Probably about to 290, 590 or so, which is what I thought before would likely get us out. And a beautiful profit. That would be a really, really nice profit on that one. Its divergence, the bold trending back up to up again. Again, the market internals are very flat, very flat, and the SPY, as you can see here, the SPY is also moved up a little bit, but still pretty flat. Triple Qs just moving very tough to trade this kind of indexes. Some of the stocks are really nice. STX had a beautiful move up, now it's moving sideways. WDC with a nice gain as well today. Some really nice stocks pointed out today. GLW, Sophie. Oops. Sophie was nice. Nvidia with earnings this week, Gap is moving up pretty strongly right now, up almost 2%. And crypto, not doing much today at all. Down this morning and really not recovering at all right now. Google been called out a couple times. New all-time high in Google right there, 209.68. Apple with a decent move up this morning, but really flat right now. And Tesla moved up some more. Tesla's recovered here beautifully, back up nice and green for the day. Tesla with room to the next resistance, 347.03. 347.03, about $2.50 to the upside on Tesla. Mosaic and CF Gap moving up here off some news that fertilizers might be identified as a categorized as both copper and potash as critical minerals. Potash being CF and Mosaic, MOS and CF. So again, be careful on these you know, they're being considered. Doesn't mean it's actually been labeled that way. So that's the algos popping this thing. Mosaic will be in there. CF will be in there too. Will also be in the same boat. Notice how it's pulled back now below what it was before the news came out. You always have to be leery about news releases that use the word may, perhaps, considering. Yeah, you got to be careful. News, as they say, news giveth and news taketh away. You have to be very careful. On something like that, where they say it may, I'm likely got a bypass on it. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. And open, still see, wait and see if we can get open to close. Open to close. That's what we're trying to do here. Again, it needs to be about, I think, pretty close to 590 would get us out. Right now it's trading at 208. 208. So that was pretty close over at 585. It had to be around 210 at that point. Ram, come on, what do I think of a BMNR as a long? Well, you know, I'm in this stock. You know, been in this stock for a good long time. Well, a few weeks. I really would like to see it get above this 59 level. That's where I get into it, as it broke up to 59 here. So I'm underwater on this thing, but it's holding the 8 and the 15. But that's still a pretty strong resistance level, that 59 level. So I think I would personally, if I wasn't in it, I would wait until it got through 59 before I entered the trade. Just my opinion. Hope it gets there because I'm in it. Open, pulling back again a little bit, getting a little choppy here. You know, still looking like a good short to me. It's kind of drifting down. AJ, you watching Win from M5? I can actually continuation to AJ. Win. Yeah, boy, it's moving up beautifully here right now today. Big gap up this morning on Win. Up about 3%. See what gap up here this morning. Pull back, moving up nicely. You're looking for Hypothetical continuation. So we switch over to Hypothetical candles. Take a look. Yeah, I got a nice Hypothetical reversal here, and now it's been moving up pretty nicely, and now it's just riding along 15. Yeah, so Hypothetical a continuation, which would be going to a flat bottom green candle right here, would be a Hypothetical continuation, as opposed to reversal. That's basically a continuation of the trend. Yeah, nice look on that one. It's up 217.81. It's got the 8 exponentials at 112 for 113 basically. It's got about $4 above the 8 exponential moving average. and it's got a ATR of about $3, so it's okay. It is not too extended right now. Buy coming in. Market internals turning red now. They're going back and forth, back and forth. Again, open. We're still trying to get out of this one. Just pulled back by about 20 cents. These just move up to about 590. Again, it don't extend to expire till a week from Friday, but it's coming in a little bit. Palantir made up most of its losses already, back up above the 50-day moving average now, and recovered from that big drop here this morning. All right, so we get more questions here. Ram Kumar, given that the SPY has been above the SMA since late May, why are so many people adverse to swing trading? Is it because they let macro Buffett indicators and other stuff cloud their thoughts? Listen, incredible trading by me to keep it true with technicals giving us a master class. Listen, it's a simple case of I don't pay attention to what I first of all, I don't even read social media for the most part, but I certainly don't listen to any stock recommendations off of social media or Bloomberg or CNBC or anybody tells me this. There's been a lot of bearish bias in the market since April, and people think the market just can't keep doing this. They're going short, and they haven't been able to go long. They go short, they get trapped in there, and because they're listening to what they think is going to happen. And I keep showing the that quote all the time, because to me it's a really important quote if I can find it. So this is the quote that I talk about. This was the whole point of this quote. And this is for trading. The greatest enemy of knowledge. Knowledge is what we need to trade with and become successful. We need to have knowledge. We need to have good indicators. We need to have good technical analysis. But we need to have knowledge. But the greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance. In other words, if you don't know anything about any of these things, you're better off than the people that have an illusion of knowledge. An illusion of knowledge being you think something that should be happening is going to happen. You trade based on what you heard, what you see, or what you hear, what you read. This is what the illusion of knowledge is. You're in there thinking that you're right. It gives you great confidence in a trade that's bad, or a whole market direction that's bad, as opposed to just watching the market. That's why I like this quote so much. Again, I'd rather have somebody in here who doesn't know anything about it than to have somebody in there who thinks they know everything about it based on something that they've read or heard or saw somewhere in social media. The market's got to go down. Conditions in China are bad. The tariffs are going to kill the economy. All these things may be true in the future, but right now, what we're looking at is what's the market doing. That's all we care about. What's the market doing? That's what we trade. We can't really take very, very long-term positions because there's so much stuff going on with interest rates and the Fed and jobs and all that kind of stuff. I mean, the jobs report looked awful, but so people immediately thought that they should short the market, and then they get crapped again. So I show this all the time. What's the SPY doing? Okay, so let's look at the daily chart on the SPY. Since when everybody's been bearish since back here in April, right? Here's where the tariffs went on. Tariffs get paused. This is what the market's been doing. Does this look bearish to anybody? We get this is when the jobs report come out, see it come down, bounced right back up again. I actually went short the SPY over the weekend on this thing and get nailed on it because the market's bullish. This is a bullish market, regardless of what you think, what you hear, what you see, what people are telling you. You have to stay long the market for the most part. I mean, there's obviously cases where you can take shorts. Like Alpha's a decent short today, but for overall trading right now, you've got to be you really need to lean long, and I know it goes against what a lot of people have been saying for the last several months, but a lot of those people now are starting to hedge, and they always come up with justifications with what happened. Well, I didn't think I thought this would be bad. I thought the tariffs would kill it. What they thought didn't happen. The point is, you don't trade what you think, you trade what you see. And anyway, that's my comment on that. But I do appreciate the compliment, Ram Kumar. Ryan says news-driven market has hampered swing trading. Yeah, for sure. The market has been news-driven. Um, I would say it's news-driven. I think it's more. Um, I wouldn't even call it news. Most of that stuff is speculation, innuendos, rumors, but it still moves the market because the algos read all that kind of stuff. But there isn't anything here for a lasting bearishness to the market yet. We haven't had to see it. The one time it happened was back in April when they put the tariffs on. They took the tariffs off. They took the tariffs off because the interest rates on the bonds have spiked up so much based on that. Um, it's really that's what forced them to take those tariffs off, because as the interest rates went up, they went up really fast, really high, and of course, that's how the U.S. government refinances their debt. It would have been way too expensive to do it, so they had to take the tariffs off. Ryan, while you agree with me on social media, they were in open at 1x. Oh, I'm not saying that there isn't some social media posts out there that pick some decent stocks sometimes. I'm just saying that the social media posts about a market direction, individual stocks are different than the whole market direction. I mean, obviously you want to be long a stock if the market's bullish. Being long is better because you're trading with the trend. Doesn't mean there aren't any decent shorts. And but listen, people that take a bunch of stocks. I mean, I see social media posts when I'm looking at things on services that put out 15 15 bullish stocks or bearish stocks in a day, and then 3 days later they're touting how good they were when there was 3 of them that were winners, but they don't tell you about the other ones. I'm trying to be very, very transparent about them. They're out here. You can see the wins, you can see the losses. I categorize them every month. Everybody knows what I'm in and what I'm not in, and when I'm losing. So I think that's the only fair way to do it. The other stuff that people post and then tell you after the fact that this, I did that. I don't care about any of that. It's BS. Which tariffs, Anthony? I don't know what you mean by which tariffs. They announced tariffs in April, and huge tariffs. I mean, take Nike as an example. We happened to be short Nike before that news came out. Nike produces most of their products in Vietnam. They were talking about a 39% tariff on Vietnam. So Nike cratered the next day based on that. A lot of stocks cratered on that. But the key thing with the tariffs is it drove the interest rates on the bond prices way up in one day, and the market dropped 10% in 2 days. So that's what I'm talking about as far as tariffs. Right now we've got some tariffs on, some tariffs off. We have talk about tariffs going on. A lot of them haven't been actually put on yet. They're putting them on partially. They're giving exclusions for some. It's a giant patchwork quilt, and nobody knows what the actual impact's going to be. Ram Kumar, given the short interest in open is so high, should you aim for a higher target and open to sell near the 639 resistance? Again, you have stocks instead of options. Yeah, I mean that's fine. You don't have any time concern with the stocks. So yeah, if you want to hold the stock, and you can sell some shares and hold some shares too. It's open, just kind of moving sideways here right now. Yeah, Anthony, the special deals kind of looks really bad. Nobody knows what the impact's going to be, and the most confusing part is for the importers trying to move this stuff in. Nobody knows what to do. They're talking about taking the tariffs, putting the tariffs back on these 100. They used to be under $800. There was no tariffs. They moved it down to 100. Now they're talking about putting it on everything. So a lot of places are going to stop shipping packages that have not mail but have products in them that are cheap, because they don't know whether to charge a tariff or not to charge a tariff. When the company comes to pick up the product, which is where tariffs are paid, they're paid by the person picking up the product, whether it's a Walmart representative or a Costco representative, whoever it is, they have to pay the tariff to the government. That's how the government gets the money. But then they have to take the product back to the corporation, to the company, put them on the shelves, and if they paid a tariff on it, generally speaking, they're going to raise the prices. So basically, tariffs are pass-through taxes to consumers. That's where the bottom line is. The government can tout how much money they're bringing in all the time, but it's no different than if they raise taxes on everybody. It's a consumption tax on products that get tariffed. So anyway, our job is to trade stocks, right? To trade options, trade stocks, trade the market. You may like policies, you don't like policies, but from a trading standpoint, the only thing that matters is, are we reading the market correctly, and do we trade that way? Because our job as traders is to trade what's happening and to make money doing it, and be a lot better than some of the other fools that are out there trying to interpret stuff and trying to anticipate what's going to happen with the market instead of trading the market itself. Everyone forgets what tariffs do to prices. I don't think so, Anthony. I don't think everybody. I think a lot of people know exactly what they do. Anybody who wants to look at history on tariffs, they can go back to the early 1930s, 32, 33, when they put the Smoot-Hawley tariffs on across the products like we did here, and everybody retaliated, and it was a giant mess. And if you remember what the economy was in the 30s to the early 40s, it was a depression. And that's the danger of things like that. Anyway, this what we talk about here is stocks and the best stocks to trade and trying to make money. That's the whole point here. Regardless of what the policies do to the economy, if you can trade and trade successfully off the stock market with options and stocks, and you get to read price action, and you get to use the SPY super system to know what the institutions are doing, because that's what we're doing, following them, then it's going to make a big difference in your financial life. That's what we're trying to do here. Our job is to try to help people become consistently profitable traders, whether they're just trying to make a little extra income, whether they want to be full-time traders, whatever it is they want to do. We're trying to enhance that. No lists of open trades today. Is the platform you're showing new? Yeah, this is with the VOLD. This is new VOLD. You can get this. Just call Rightline or email them if you have the SPY super system. Then you can get the newest version. Which is this is the newest thing. It tells you what the market internals are. This is where the posted trades are right now. Dan, I'm trying to. People had complained about this thing taking up too much space. So as I can use this, I can pop it open anytime I want to. If we want to talk about other things that are on here, like contacts for the Rightline. Also, I go over every morning. I go over our high probability trade setups. But if I shrink this down and get it out of the way, what I've done is, and this was a suggestion from someone, which is to put the scratch pad here and put the open trades down here. So that's where they are right now. We have a sell order run open right now at 212. You can get the tech guide up to you. Just likely Charles can do that for you. Dan, he'll give you the new layout for the SPY super system. It'll add this to it. This is the VOLD, which is that's basically the advanced of the number of stocks with up volume and number of stocks with down volume. Subtract one from the other, and it tells you what's going on in that particular market internals. It tells you right now the stock market is overall market is heading down. But again, it's been very choppy. It's only really important if it gives you a consistent move most of the day. And right now, if I look at VOLD, you're going to see that it's drifting down. But if I expand this out a little bit, this is what it's been today. It's pretty flat. And the T2104 looks very similar to that right now. But we are getting a little bit of a down movement in the market internals, which means we got more volume on the sell side than we have on the buy side. Yeah, Dan, Charles will get you that for sure. I just talked to him the other day about that. A little after 12 o'clock here right now. Ryan, am I out of INSG? No. I'm staying in INSG. It's not a posted trade, but I'm still in INSG. I get in Friday, I think. And I'm still in it. I'm going to hold it. I'm looking for it to move to about 12.10 to 12.20 on INSG. Here it is right here. It's the 5-minute chart on it. Daily chart's what I'm interested in. Here's the daily chart on it. Pretty nice long setup. All right, I'm going to get some lunch here in just a few minutes.
I fixed it.
Hmm?
I fixed it. The front camera.
Oh, you fixed it. Did you have to climb up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are you all right?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
You didn't hurt your back.
No, my back already hurts.
Well, it didn't make it worse.
No.
Didn't something here feel something pop or something?
No. It was already hurting, just from, I don't know. It's one of the day, Some days it hurts more than others. I
Well,
can't.
you fixed the camera. Congrats. I forgot all about it.
Well, it was just every time I.
It's stupid to have it and not be using the thing.
Yeah, and every time I got into my car,
Yeah.
it was like, oh yeah. So
Yeah,
I had a
okay.
list of things I had to do
That
today.
damn list.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's all right. Nothing going on here.
So proud of myself.
Excellent job. All right, let's just check on and see if we have any more questions here. Again, I'm going to take lunch here in just a few minutes. Market itself not doing much of anything today, as we can see. SPY's trying to move up. Now we get the market internals. Now they're drifting back up again. It's been very, very choppy. And we're just waiting to see if we can get open to close. About another dime to the upside, it should close. Depends on what the volatility, where the volatility stays. Right now it's trading at 208. 208, so I think 280, 585 is the high of the day. That should be pretty close to getting us out. Probably have to go to, as I said, 590 was what I'd be looking to have the thing close out at. But nice move in it right now. Again, we're in at 252 and 152, and right now we're trying to get out at 212, which is quite a nice profit, about 40%. Open just filled. Open is filled. We just took profits in open. Nice setup on MP, Bradley. MP Materials. Yeah, it is a nice setup. It's a little bit of a PBO on MP. Nice little move here. Got to stay above there today for sure. Needs to stay above that 8 and 15 EMA. STX breakout in the M5, Joe. STX. What he's been talking about today. Yeah, continuing to break out here. Yeah, just compressed and tried to break out. Again, I took profits in open closed. Open closed at 212. Is STX breaking out here that Joe's just mentioning. Got filled and open at 212. Nice job, Jacob. Sergio, open closed. Yep, nice job in that. So if we took profits and open, I'll go ahead and send that out. Sold it for 212. Nice profit on that thing. Sold for 212. That's a basically a 60-cent profit on that. It's about 40%. Very nice trade, everybody. That was a good one. Right, so open is closed out. A beautiful, beautiful trade on open. This STX that Joe just mentioned breaking out on the 5-minute. Good time to get some lunch. Open may keep going. I don't know, but 587. Yeah, we get out. I figured it'd take about 590, 587. We get closed on it. Very nice trade, everybody. Hope a lot of people took advantage of that. Okay, so I'm going to grab some lunch here. I'm going to go ahead and shut down the YouTube feed. Thanks very much, everybody at YouTube, for being on there today. Appreciate it. Try to do it every day at around 11 o'clock or so, 11:10, for about an hour. A little over an hour I've been in there today. Again, it shows you the room here. This is a SPY Super System. This is a software we use for determining whether institutions are in the trade or not in the trade. And you can get that, you can purchase it. You can also become a member of my room and the alert service. You can just go to rightlinetrading.com and you get all the facts you need there. Or you can call at Rightline. You can talk to Rory down there. I just leave a message. You can't get a hold of him. He's pretty busy. But his number is 786-732-4656. Okay? And if you need to get the newest version of this, if you own the software, you get this market internals indicator added to the newest one if you just contact them and they'll send it to you. All right, everybody, I'm going to grab some lunch and I'm going to close YouTube. Thanks, YouTube. See you guys tomorrow.